Whether it be Buddy, the dog that plays basketball, or even the classic Lassie, there is an undeniable connection between humans and dogs. However, a dog's work can go well beyond companionship. Today, dogs have serious work that helps others. These dogs have natural talents that are carefully honed with intensive training. The type of work for these dogs ranges from therapy to service, police, search and rescue, and even movies and television with acting. Each has their own form of training, and each provides an undeniable devotion to their talents. So join me and my dog Foxy as we introduce you to K9s at Work. Therapy and service both serve their own individual purpose. Although these dogs may seem to do the same job, they do different tasks as a part of their job. While most confuse these terms, it's important to recognize the difference between both jobs for a canine. Service dogs are trained to perform tasks and to do work that eases their handlers' disabilities. These tasks include detecting seizures or to provide stability to those who need a little bit of help walking. Working as part of a team with their disabled partners, service dogs help them to attain safety and independence. It is very important to note that these dogs are not for petting, as it could prevent them from performing their job correctly.
Having a service dog has really changed my life because he's able to help me. Before that, I was having to use a cane or a walker, or my doctor wanted me to anyway. He's prevented falls for me. He pulls the laundry basket. He can get the phone if I fall down and can't get up. He knows to go and get the phone off the counter. He knows to also stand next to me and block, so I can help myself get up on him for blocking and balance. And it's also helped me not have backaches anymore, because using a cane, you're pushing pressure down on him. I counterbalance with his halter. So it's really made a big difference. So first he had to be tested to make sure he wasn't afraid of people. He didn't overreact to noises, that he would allow his feet to be messed with, because you have to be able to do that. And that he was motivated by food, but not overly motivated for training purposes. He really wants to please me, so he works for praise more than food. It's really changed my life. I mean, I've had dogs before that were not service dogs, and I felt like I knew them, but this dog is attached to my hip. He does not, even when he's really not working, he doesn't leave my side.
Therapy dogs also receive training, but have a completely different type of job from service dogs. Their responsibilities are to provide psychological or physiological therapy to individuals other than their handlers. These dogs have stable temperaments and friendly, easygoing personalities. Typically, therapy dogs will visit hospitals, schools, nursing homes, and more. Unlike service dogs, therapy dogs are encouraged to interact with a variety of people while they're on duty. And of course, this includes petting. Service and therapy dogs provide much more than just jobs for the disabled. Each of these animals provides their own owners with the companionship and love that only a dog gives best. Police dogs that are part of K9 units, like here in Lakeland, go through an extensive training process. According to the National Police Dog Foundation, these special K9 units go through extensive training for their on-the-job companion. This training includes patrol training, which includes obedience, agility, tracking, evidence searches, and open area and building searches, as well as narcotics and explosive detection.
So the process for training canines for the K9 unit is pretty extensive. We have a selection process of both the handler and then the dogs. All the dogs are imported from Europe, and there's vendors in the state of Florida that we travel to go select the dogs. Once we have the right dog and the right handler, we try to pair them together as best we can, and then K9 school starts. So that's roughly 880 hours of basic training for the dog team.
With all the possible training, a dog in a K9 unit can be single purpose or dual purpose. Single purpose dogs are primarily for backup, personal protection, and tracking. Dual purpose dogs do everything single purpose dogs do, and also detect either explosives or narcotics.
All of our dogs are dual purpose, which means they have two jobs. The dual jobs are patrol and some form of detection. We currently have 9 dogs in the unit. 7 of those are drug dogs in patrol. 2 of those are bomb dogs in patrol. So a lot of training goes into that. We're asking the dogs to do a lot. And the patrol side basically encompasses obedience first and foremost. The dogs have to be able to listen. They have to be willing to do it. They have to be willing to engage. You have agility or obstacle courses. We have to teach them to go over things, through windows and such, to replicate what might happen on the street. We also have evidence recovery. All the dogs are trained to, if you're a burglar and you run from the house and drop your burglary tools, not only can the dog track you, they can find any articles that you drop. Our dogs have the capability to be commanded to search an area for anything discarded with human scent on it, which is very important. We've had murders where we catch the bad guy, but now we're trying to find the murder weapon. They'll find shell casings on the ground. They'll find a screwdriver. They'll find a driver's license. And then also you have the suspect apprehension portion of that. All the dogs are trained to locate, to search for, to track, and to bite if necessary. Obviously, a lot goes into that. A lot of criteria has to be met. We give a warning before it's the last resort. And then the detection side, whatever contraband that we're training the dog to find, whether it's drugs or bomb, I alluded earlier, that's 400 hours of that. We basically associate something the dog values, a toy, with the odor of what we're trying to get it to find. So in his mind, he's searching for a toy.
While these are the most common areas of training, K9 units can also be trained to help find dead bodies, lost children, and the sick or elderly for search and rescue units. In addition to the training above, these search and rescue canines go through scent discrimination training, which is used to help find a potential suspect to an object such as a weapon used in a crime. Acting dogs have been used for decades, and they're undeniable hits. Even in the past few years, movies like The Art of Racing, A Dog's Purpose, and The Call of the Wild have shown how obsessed we are with dogs in movies. Now, while it's easy to enjoy a film with a canine in it, the training that goes into these canine actors is anything but easy. Each dog can go through extensive training for specific roles, and sometimes those roles can get very intense. While you may think scenes mostly use CGI, a quick search on YouTube can show drastically different results. There was even a scene in A Dog's Purpose that caused quite a bit of controversy across social media. In any of these fields, trainers take their jobs very seriously, not only in the training, but in making sure the companionship and support is felt both ways. A dog in any of these fields reacts best when love is a high priority. There's no doubt that I love this little Foxy, and I can't wait to get out of school and come home to her. Remember, we have the world, but to our dogs, we are their world. This has been K9s at Work. I'm Julia Bauer with Foxy for Ignition TV.